Hey guys, so it is Super Bowl Sunday and I don't have that much to do to prep for watching the Super Bowl, which we aren't having like a party or anything, we're just having a fun dinner. But I thought I would just mix in that meal prep with the rest of the meal prep I need to do for the week since I have been meal prepping on Sundays. I don't work out of the house. I stay home as a homeschooling mom if you are new to my channel. My husband, obviously, you know, he works out of the house. One of us has to work. And so the meal prep that I do is not for dinners or not even necessarily for a lot of lunches. It's for all of the time-consuming tasks that I do during the week that take away from our homeschooling experience. So snacks and breakfasts and things like that that really help propel us into the week. Any chopping that needs to be done for dinners that week, anything that I can foresee will be time consuming. I do enjoy cooking, so I do tend to cook dinner, you know, the day of. And I'll set up some stuff so my husband can easily pack his lunches, but he tends to pack his lunches the night before as well, just kind of whatever he's feeling like doing. So I will take you along today, show you the whole process. I don't always show you the entire process from like making my list, cleaning out the fridge, but I do feel like sometimes, and well, you can probably see behind me, this is not, I meant to kind of get the more clean living room shot than the messy kitchen shot, but I turned apparently. There are some weeks that like cleaning to get to the meal prep takes as long as the meal prep itself. And that is definitely this week. I just spent the last 45 minutes to an hour cleaning my kitchen counters and getting the dishes done so that I could even get to the point of being able to meal prep. Like, I still have to clean the refrigerator out. I still have to wash all of our containers. So I'm gonna do that. I'll show you my list and I'll show you what my next steps are, and then I'll take you along for my meal prep today. As always, I will link all of the recipes that I have to share in the description box below. Some of them I'll just talk you through because it's just like, you know, throw this together, throw that together, and whatnot. So let's go. All right. So I just made my list here, and it's just a little checklist. I left some room for some things that I may come across as we're doing, or as I'm doing the meal prep here. I'm not making all of this. This is just all the stuff that I want to make. Some stuff I'll make tomorrow, some stuff I'll make when I have time midweek. We don't have to have it all done, but I am starting in this order at least, cleaning out the fridge because that has to happen. I have to pull out like older leftovers, see what needs to be frozen, see what's even still good, and then get the containers that I need to reset the salad bar out. So clean those containers. I need to wash my fruit and vegetables that I'll be using, and then I'll just go ahead and prep our salad bar right away. And then from there on out, it's all just stuff that doesn't necessarily have to be done. So, and this is a longer list than usual as well because barely any of this other than the granola and the muffins has to be cooked. So I'm going to, my kids love those peanut butter honey oat balls, so I'll make them those. Some blueberry muffins for snacks for the week. I did go to Publix this week besides just having my Walmart groceries delivered, and I went the convenience route. So Cascadian Farms and some Annie's brand stuff was on buy one get one this week. So I got some cereal, which is kind of a treat for my kids because the good, you know, decent quality cereals are not usually on sale. So they are gonna have cereal this week, which will make them very excited. I also got them like some granola bar type stuff and some instant oatmeal. So I don't have to make as many breakfasts this week, but muffins are also a pretty good snack or something to put with their lunch. The chia pudding, overnight oats, and mousse, these are all for me. I have been trying to meal prep for myself a little bit as well, besides just meal prepping for, you know, my kids and my husband, because I have some tastes, you know, specific tastes, and so there's nothing wrong with taking some time to do that. And yes, so then I need to make some granola. That is a family favorite. An Asian noodle salad to go along with the salad bar for the week. It's like one or the other kind of thing. And then I need to make some hummus because I don't have any hummus here at the house. I'm making some Hempies, that's from Earthy Andy, I'll link that below, and some chili for our little Super Bowl appetizer dinner tonight. So these two definitely have to happen. But that's what I have now. As I come across things that I sometimes when I'm making my grocery order, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And I order the things, but I forget to write it down on my meal plan. So as I'm working through the kitchen here, I might come across a few other things that I wanted to prepare. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull everything out of the fridge, wash everything up, get all my containers prepared, and then start with the veggies. I just opened the fridge and immediately realized that I got a pack of eggs, a carton of eggs to boil some hard-boiled eggs for the kids, so that's on my list now too. One more. Thank God for lists, because apparently my memory does not always hold it all. All right, so I've got my produce here that needs to be washed, and then I have some more in our basket over to the side. I'm washing this drawer out because when I was cleaning out the fridge, I noticed that something had spilled in there, and this is like my personal drawer. I'll show you in my refrigerator. We have a fairly small fridge, so I have to do some little organizing every single Sunday, but I've gotten pretty used to it. And then these are things that have gone bad. That is some, well, whatever. These are just things that have gone bad. The vegetables back there, I had prepped, or I had packed them up after we had a party the other day and put them in the refrigerator, but I stuck them too close to the edge, like near where the freezer is. And I have the freezer set really super cold right now. And it like froze the vegetables and then they thawed, so now they're just mushy. So those are gonna have to go. I'm actually gonna pick through those and see. One of my girlfriends has chickens and her chickens will eat a lot of the stuff that kind of goes bad at our house. So yeah, I'm gonna wash all this stuff out and then clean out the sink and then soak my veggies. Okay, so I have some produce over here soaking. I just soaked this for 2 minutes, and I show you this every time, but in case this is your first time watching it, I use this Thieves fruit and veggie soak. I think I said Thieves cleaner last time. So no, I did not use a Thieves cleaner. I use a Thieves fruit and veggie soak. This has lasted me a really long time. Just put a couple tablespoons in there and then cover the veggies and fruits. Now that'll soak for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna start the process of the hard-boiled eggs while that's in there, because everything else I'm gonna need to, like, you know, get to the sink for. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. I've got a ton of dishes. My sink was so filled with dishes, even though the dishwasher is filled. So I'm gonna go ahead and let those dry. I'm gonna sort out some of the containers from there, maybe hand dry some of them. And I did just get the fridge all reset, so there wasn't as much waste as I thought, which is always a good sign that our meal prep is getting us somewhere. When there's less food waste, besides just cutting time and cost for the week, because it's, you know, giving me more time it's taking less time for me to prepare meals, and it's also, we also have things prepared so I don't need to grab and go as much, as far as like stopping at Chick-fil-A or stopping for a snack somewhere. It also cuts down on food waste because everything is just pretty intentional when I'm doing my grocery list. So that has been a positive change. Okay, and now I've got a dozen eggs over here getting ready to boil. All right, I have my salad bar containers out here, and I'm gonna start working on cutting up some fruits and veggies for our salad bar, as well as putting some in my lunch containers as I work. All right, so I've got some strawberries, grapes, and apples. Well, the grapes I didn't have to cut, but I did wash them. Those are prepared for the first couple days of the week as far as fruit goes, and then I'll cut up more apples and a melon that I have for the second half of the week. That's my only little fruit trick. The softer berries and things we eat first, the melons, pineapples second. I've got some celery, some bell pepper, some cucumber, and some radish here for salad bar. I just have to pull some frozen peas out of the freezer and put them in a container. They'll thaw out in the fridge. And then Harley's barking. Then I've got some veggies prepped here for hummus when I make that, if we put it out for a snack as well. And then I'm just getting ready to blanch some asparagus. I am making my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday lunch, and then I'll do more halfway through the week, but so it doesn't go bad. But I really like raw asparagus or blanched asparagus with, I just heard it's better to be blanched than to be raw or fully cooked. With hummus. So I'm going to blanch that real quick. I have 2 minutes, and then I'm going to put it in the ice. And then I'm going to start working on the Asian noodle salad, because that has to use the stove as well. And that may be the last of the stovetop stuff. All right, I have some gluten-free noodles over there. I am mixing up the sauce over here. It's got like peanut butter, ginger, garlic. I use coconut aminos or liquid aminos or whatever instead of soy sauce. I've got rice vinegar, olive oil. I think that's everything that's in there. And then I'm gonna add carrots and broccoli slaw and these noodles when they're ready to go. And I'm gonna put these in some mason jars to have with veggies and hummus for lunch for the next few days. All right, that was nice and quick. So now we've got 6 jars here of the Asian noodle salad, and these are just the smaller 1-cup jars, so that recipe made about 6 cups. I actually omitted the extra carrots because those will be good for a couple of weeks, and when I make this for dinner, I'll put peanuts and cilantro and stuff in it, but I'm just making it for a quick lunch, so I kind of cut back a little bit so it would fit in all of these jars. All right, I am over here making some lazy hummus in my blender. I am gonna omit the tahini this week because I feel like my kids don't love it with tahini, so it's like just basically pureed chickpeas. I've got 2 cans of organic chickpeas. I've got 2 whole cloves of garlic, 4 juice of 4 lemons. What else do I have in here? 3 tablespoons or so of olive oil, a dash of cumin, and some salt, and a little bit of water. So I'm gonna blend this up. I'm gonna put some of it in my lunch containers, and I'm gonna put it in a regular container for dipping. And then John and I actually like to use a mixture of hummus and sauerkraut as our salad dressing. It sounds weird, but it's actually really good if you like super savory things. So I'll reserve some for that as well. All right, hummus is done over here, and then I also have some in my meal prep containers over here, so I just need to close these up and put them in the fridge, and this as well. But right now I'm gonna make some little chia pudding as a treat for the first couple days of the week, and I'm gonna hold off on that mousse until the second half of the week. I put that on my Insta stories. It's under the story highlight recipe. It is so simple. It's just 3 ingredients: coconut milk, some maple syrup, and some cacao powder. Excuse me. But I didn't want to have 2 like sweet dessert options during, you know, because then whatever. Back on track. So, you know, John or the kids and I will eat these for the first few days of the week, and then I'll switch and make that mousse for the second half because the canned coconut milk will last a while. And the chia pudding and the coconut mousse cannot both be in the fridge, I realized, longer than a couple of days before, you know, it's not really that good anymore. So I figured we'll just do half and half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of chia seeds in each one of these little half-cup containers. And then I'm gonna put in this mixture, I'm gonna fill it to the top. And this mixture is just almond milk, and then I mixed in a little bit of peanut butter and some maple syrup. And then I'm just gonna top it off with these little chocolate chips. And it'll be like a peanut butter cookie dough chia pudding. There we go. Enjoy my mess of garlic over there from the hummus. Super simple. I just gave it a little shake, and now it has to sit for at least 2 hours before it turns into kind of like a tapioca pudding consistency, which I don't love, but I've gotten used to it and I really do like it now. All right, so I'm closing up this drawer, but I just wanted to show you I have all of those jars of things down in here. I'm just about to make some overnight oats, and I'll stick those in there as well. And then I just have the meal prep stuff back there, and then my kombucha back there. All right, I keep my overnight oats just so boring and simple, but I love it. So I will do about 1/3 cup of oats, and then I'll just add maybe a tablespoon or so of the sweetened coconut flakes. And then I don't end up putting maple syrup in there when I have it sweetened. Sometimes when I go to Publix, I'll get the Greenwise coconut flakes. Those are not sweetened, and then I'll add a little bit of maple syrup. Another tablespoon of hemp, and then I just top it off with almond milk. I love coconut overnight oats. I've never even tried another kind. Sometimes I'll put in some toasted almonds on top when I pull it out of the refrigerator, but these are my go-to right now, and I love it. Or maybe I'll throw like some bananas or berries on top as well, but usually I just eat it super plain, and I love it so much. All right, so it's 5:38. I want to be done with what I'm doing by 6 so I can start working on the couple of things I need to do for the Super Bowl around like 6:30 or so. So I am making the kids peanut butter oat balls. They love these. So I just took some oats and I blend them in a blender. I don't really have a recipe for this. I'll post a similar one, but it's not the same. Then I put in some peanut butter, which is already, you know, loaded with sugar. So I only put a little bit of honey for taste and consistency, and then some hemp. And then I have some more blended oats here. I'm gonna just probably, I don't need that much, to roll them in so they're not sticky. So I'm just gonna mix this up and then roll them into little balls and put them into a container in the refrigerator. All right, there we have it. That literally couldn't have worked out to be any more perfect. I could have made them smaller so that they lasted longer, but I didn't feel like it. So there's that. Now I am going to just make the blueberry muffins because I would like to have more snack options for the kids. So I'm gonna do that instead of the granola. I only have time to bake one thing right now, so I'm going to get this in the fridge. These, oh, this is hard. These are really hard containers. These are gonna have to sit in the fridge for a couple hours as well, otherwise they'll just kind of crumble when you eat them, so. All right, I just made the King Arthur flour whole wheat blueberry muffin recipe for my kids. I made 2 swaps. One was coconut oil instead of vegetable oil, and I didn't have any buttermilk. I just used whole milk that we had from a recipe that we used the other day. I needed to use that up. So that is about to go in the oven. I've got my little list over here. I made the oat balls and the muffins, so I didn't make the mousse, didn't make the granola. I have to peel the eggs still. Oh, we're down here. I have to peel the eggs still, but I can do that in a little bit when I have time. And then I'm just gonna make these hempies and chili while the muffins are in the oven, but that is not for meal prep. That's just for the football game that's gonna start in like 45 minutes. So there's that. All right, there we go. 1 for this week and 1 to freeze and 1 for tonight, because as soon as everybody smells these, everybody wants them. All right, so that's that. It took about 2.5 hours start to finish, and that included doing the dishes midway through and like cleaning out my fridge and all that. I am a disaster. I'm like deliriously tired. It's been a long weekend in general. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you guys like these videos and they're helpful to you. Also, let me know in the comments below if you want to see a themed meal prep video. I've done a breakfast one, I believe, and I know I did a dinner one. I'd totally be up for that. I love a good theme. I try to walk you guys through these step by step. You know, just kind of walking you through what I'm thinking as I'm doing it, in case there's anybody out there who's never done meal prep and thinks it has to be this big to do. I know I was super leery of doing meal prep for years because I assumed you had to like cook all of the dinners or something like that, or it wasn't worth your time. But I've found that dealing with the details makes it much easier on my week than having dinners done. It's all those details. It's the snacks, it's the lunches, it's the what am I gonna eat kind of things that I like to get out of the way, and that just really helps us during the week. And I couldn't really do this without John's help. John manages the kids for me. They're outside playing basketball. They went for a walk down to Papa's house. And it's just like this whole family effort to use this time wisely to help our family culture, which is kind of centered around being home educators and all that. All those things that we're passionate about, like healthy eating and, you know, homeschooling and just having as much family time as we can. It is a team effort. It takes all of our effort. So even though I'm the one in here cooking, he is mindful of helping me in a way that he can best help me, which is to take the kids for me. And so the weeks that we don't do this, we really feel it during the week. It really makes a big difference. So like I said, I like to walk you guys through it. If that is helpful for you guys, or if there's anything else you'd like me to do during these videos, let me know in the comments below, because I really enjoy doing these and I want to continue to do them more often. So I will see you guys later. I'm so tired. It's time to switch gears and party it up. Watch the Super Bowl. See you guys. What are y'all doing?
Trying to egg. Not working out very well.
What is it, Anna?
What?
Eggs.